Okay, good evening to you all. Today is 25th January 2025, which is our day 12 of this IT Employability Skills Bootcamp for Women. This bootcamp will last for about 40 days, and today is our day 12. So, like always, we start by showing our outlines. That is what we are to cover for the day. So today we'll have a recap on day 11. Sorry, there is no day 11, of course, but yeah, I put day 11 because I want us to just say that, yeah, day 11. But then we skip day 11 because yesterday we have the class. But I'm thinking that we'll make it up for you. Maybe on Monday we'll have a class to, uh, I don't think, but yeah, I will see what we can do to make it up. Oh, because the reason is yesterday we supposed to wrap up the PowerPoint. Um, the class is not feasible. So today we'll wrap up the PowerPoint, and what we're supposed to treat today, we are going to treat it also today. So the 11 is going to be today, the 11th is going to be today, and the 12 is going to be today also. So it's like no any makeup, so we can just continue like that. So we are good. So that's the 11. So we are wrapping up the PowerPoint, which today we are going to create an interactive presentation and also infographics presentation. That's what we are going to discuss today. So we'll do that as a wrap up of PowerPoint, and also you're going to see how to develop such type of presentations that contains maybe infographics, images, and other images that speaks for what you are seeing, and you just write some few words or some few things under whatever you want to uh, present. So that's what we are going to do today. So after that, we are going to have introduction to data collection today. Because part of the employability skill will teach you, you need to learn how to collect data and how to work with data. At least not that for you to go deep or something like that, but we want you to have that skills so that you'll know what it is all about. So we'll teach you this. We'll have introduction to that today. And of course, tomorrow, some of the tools will take you through. I will teach you some of them. I'm not sending you to conduct data collection field work. We are yet to finalize that, yet to finalize, but we are thinking because it's a working experience that if you've never been to field doing that, you'll never learn that. But we are thinking if we finalize that, we'll let you know if we, haven't, you'll know us. So we'll have question and answer conclusion and then we'll call it a day. Okay. So I already talked about the 11, we skip it, but today we are going to discuss the 8 and tomorrow and today's class. So it's going to be yesterday's class and today's class together. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm stopping the sharing of the screen because we're wrapping up the PowerPoint. So what I'm going to do, let me see if I can open that, my PowerPoint. Okay, here it is. Why is that PowerPoint that we started using? Okay, here it is. Okay, sorry. Okay, let me go to this because I knew we did this last time together. So I didn't close my system since that day. So here we are. We created this together. And you did a class with Ahmad also, where I believe he took you through a lot of things. So what I'm going to teach you, like I said, is just to have an interactive presentation. That is, you need to have some images. Don't worry about all this. I don't need it. Or maybe if I need it, okay, let me remove this. Don't worry, I don't need all this. So after you create this, what we are going to learn about this interactive presentation or infographics and presentation is that you need to have your whatever you want to present. You need to know what you are going to present. But take note, it's not always what you are going to say that you must put in your presentation. Slides supposed to be, what can I say? Slides supposed to be only uh things that people will look at and understand maybe what you are about to say. Don't come and put slides like 40 rows of text and you are trying to read everything that is not a presentation. It's not because presentation is just summary of idea, summary of giving idea to people, or explaining an idea to them, or explaining a report or something to them in just a concise way that they don't need to go through all the reading. Because if they want to do the reading, maybe they are fast readers than even you. So you don't need to come and start reading all the report. Maybe it's about 40 something pages and you need to read everything for them. That's not how it works. So if you have maybe like 40 pages of presentation, just make it in 3, 4, 5, 10 slides. That's all. And the slide will not, it's not going to take text. It's not going to take, it's going to take like images that speaks to what you are about to see. Just within like under the image, maybe you can write like 2, 3, 1, 4 or something else. Uh, you know, uh some just text there to just maybe add umbrella there. So that's what we are going to do. So, but before we start, always this is the best practice that I'll tell you. Please start your presentation with outlines, because yeah, I've been doing that, and I think it's something that you can start it with. Please start your presentation with outlines. So, but what I'm going to show you now is whatever you want to do. I want us to have the outlines. So when we have the outline, then we go and start getting the images that we are going to use to create the presentation. So that's how it's going to work. Okay, so let's have the outlines first. Let's create all the outlines. So when we have the outlines, then we can start bringing the images so that we make it looks awesome. So let me just write outlines. So if I want to centralize it, Control E like this. So I just call it outlines. Don't worry. Uh, I'm not going to do all the arrangements until when we are done with the outline. So after this, I'll Control D it. I'll come under here and have my outlines. So the outlines, I want them to be like this. So maybe I can put bullet for them. And okay, I want it to not be at the center, to be at the left. So the first thing we need to have on this, let me reduce it a little bit. Maybe like 27 is okay. 27 is okay. Okay. So first of all, for example, maybe you can have introduction to PowerPoint. I just want us to create something maybe related to what we have done so far. That's what I want us to, or maybe introduction to computer. Okay, so after that, what else? Please just keep saying the topics, keep writing down the topics, maybe the outlines, so that we'll create something together with you. And after that, you are all going to see what we have done so far. Yeah, I'm listening. Please go ahead. Just write anything that you think we can talk about. Especially things that we discussed. We did introduction to computer. We did, or we do. Please just say it. I forgot. So that whatever I'm going to do, we will do it here with you. What is destination of computer? Components. Yeah. So someone say component. I'll take components. So I'll say components of computer. Okay. What else? Hardware, software. Yeah, when we talk about that component, we talk about hardware and software. So introduction to computer, that one is okay. Yeah, maybe under that we'll talk about what is computer. Someone say shortcut definition. Yeah, let's continue. Just keep something for us. Someone say input and output. Yeah. So I'm going to say input and output. Okay. Yeah, keyword layout, how computer works. Yeah, how computer works. Okay. How computer works. Yeah, two people said that. Let's move. Let me increase this. Okay. Then what? No, just tell us something, not only that, introduction to Microsoft Word. So I think I'm removing some so that we'll have a lot introduction to. to Microsoft Word. Okay. Introduction to Microsoft Word. Yeah. Then what? Then what? Then what? Then what? Introduction to PowerPoint. Okay, so let's have introduction to Power. Let's see maybe what you can do, what you can do with MS Word, and also maybe what maybe we can have question and answer like we said. So I saw someone say Q&A. Yeah, then conclusion. Okay. So I think let's just have something like this. Let me just increase the, sorry, let me increase the this thing to be 1.5. I want it here. Let me increase this. Okay. There are lots of people in there. Okay, so here it is. Here it is. So what I'm going to do maybe now we are done with this. So this we are going to call it IT employability skills bootcamp for women. That's how we are going to call it. 1.0. Okay, let me remove 1.0. So it's just a presentation we are creating on that. Okay, so now we are going to have how many slides? We are going to have these slides. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So we're going to have 8 slides. And this is just 8 slides if you like have eight, but you can have more than you can have only in this you can have one slide to create all this. In one slide, we can create everything here, but we're not going to do that. I'm just going to show you how to do it using different slides. So now let's go and get the images that speak to all that we are going to work with. We save the images, and when we save the images, we come back and we start putting the images the way we want to create a very good looking presentation. Okay, so let's go. I'm coming, please. 1 minute. Okay, so I'm opening my browser. So let me see what we have. Okay, let me copy all this and paste them in the chat so that when we started looking for the images, I don't need to come back there. So I put everything in the chat. So when we are in the browser, we can be able. So let me open my browser. Here it is. So first of all, introduction to computer is the first one. So now for this introduction to computer, okay, let me explain this to you. Whatever you have here, you search for something or for image that speaks to it, that speaks to that. Now, introduction to computer, the image that we are going to look for, we are going to look for the what? Computer image. That's what we need to get. We need to get something that looks, that image, a very good looking image of a computer because we need to talk about introduction to computer. Don't just go and start looking for introduction to computer. Please, all these that we are looking for, some will go after them, but some will smartly search for something that speaks to them. Then we get the image that speaks to that. Then we talk about the image maybe under it. So that's how it works. So now we need to search for computer. That's what we are going to search for. Or we can just search for laptop or something like that. You see, I write computer, so let me write laptop. So that's how you are going to look for. Okay. So now you see there are lots of them here also, and if you come here also, there are lots of them. So you just look at the image that looks good and cute for you. Just go ahead, look at any image that you want because you are going image that looks good for you or that looks awesome, and you save the image and make sure the image is speaking to what you are going to introduce. And let me say this, please avoid using images with people in it. If it is must, you are going to use image with people, please use the image that maybe the people in the image are your, maybe the type of the people that you have. Don't go and use Oyinbo people while you are black. Please use the black people so that the image will speak to, especially to what you are doing. So it's something that you need to at least adopt. It's a best practice in that. If you have your own image or the image of the people you are presenting, if it is a survey you conducted, you use the image of the survey. That's why you need to take images when you are doing that. So when you are creating the report, you're putting the images that you snapped during the survey or during the work or during the event. Maybe it's a training you conducted or maybe it's something like that. But if you don't have image, that's why I'm showing you need to come here, get the images and use them. That's why I'm showing you this. But if you have your own images, please, you don't need all this. Use your images and create your presentation. Please understand this, please. So just go ahead and take a look up at this. Me, I don't even know which one to take, but I'm just taking any since we are going to just create a sample of the presentation so I can take uh I don't want this. Let me not take the laptop. Let me come here, introduction to computer. Okay. Okay, so let me take this. Make sure when you are picking these pictures, please take note you pick something that is cleared like this. So this one is very clear, and I'm going to take this one. Please make sure you search for image that is cleared, very cleared image. And if you see image with a watermark on it, please don't use it. Make sure you search for it. So you right click and you click on save as. When you are to save as images, some images you will see them that they are not images. So is there you are going to save either two types of the images, either PNG or JPEG. So that the images you will save. Some of them you will see them see the images they turn to web file. So don't save such image because they are not images. Look for something that looks good for you. So this is what is a computer. So what I'm going to call it, I'll call it introduction to computer. So I'll say one. So that's the first image that I'm saving. So after that, uh, we have who is this? She came late and she's saying good evening, sir. You came after 17 minutes. Okay, components of computer. So now we need to get these components of computer. So you see, I saw one image that has the components. See, you see. So if it's not okay for you, just go ahead and write components of because the components of computer will get a lot of images, I believe there. So let's look at this. Let's look at this. Or maybe you see this? Or maybe this. So you can take any. So you see this? You can take this, or you can take any one that you want. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. So let me take this. Okay, so input and output. So I'm just going to search for input. So all the input devices of computer, we know all the input devices. So I will just search for the input devices. I'm downloading all the input devices that I know, but I'm not going to pick them like in image like this. No, I'm not going to do that. So I'll search for mouse, I'll search for scanner, I'll search for keyboard, I'll search for webcam, microphone, I'll search for this like three of them or five. That's what I'm going to search for. So I'm going to search for keyboard image. I'm going to search for keyboard image. This is it. So I'm saving this as the first one. So let me save this. So I'm calling it keyboard image. So after the keyboard image, I'll search for mouse. Yeah, they just show me mouse. Okay, let me save this image. Okay, I'm saving this one. I'll call it mouse image. Okay, so let's search for scanner. Okay, here it is. Okay, so let's take anyone. So let me take this. Okay, but I don't like the image. This one also. Let me take any scanner. Okay, let's take that one. Okay, I'm taking the scanner. Scanner image. Okay, so that's all for the input. Then for the output, we are going to take printer. Okay, here we go with the printer. So I'm saving it as printer image. So this one is the web file. So I told you, if you see this web file, please don't save it. It's not going to be saved as image on your computer, but may I have a software to save it as image? But I'm not showing you that because it's not part of what we are going to discuss. So I can save it as image, but if you can't get it like that, just, okay, this one also, you don't need this file, ABIF file. Please forget that. I just come, we can get scanner, don't worry. We can get scanner image. It's not something big. I don't know this one also if it is image because it's JPEG. Okay, thank God. So printer image. Yeah. So next, what do we have on this? Okay. Just give us the output. Give us the output, please. The monitor, the speaker. Okay, monitor. This is the monitor. So let me take this monitor. This one is not image. Let me see. Okay, monitor image. Then speaker. Let's take this. Or is this a computer? Just I just put computer speaker. So let's take this. Okay. Okay. Speaker image. So okay, we have printer, monitor, speaker. We have 33. Okay, so that's all. I'm moving. I'm done with the components. So introduction to Microsoft Word. So for the Microsoft Word, I'm just going to say Microsoft Word logo. That's what I want because I just need to have the logo of Microsoft Word for that. So this is the official logo. So I'm saving this logo because I want to talk about it Microsoft Word. So I'm going to say MS Word logo. That's for the Microsoft Word. Then for the PowerPoint, I'm going to save the PowerPoint logo also. So I can take this, can take this. I'm sorry. Let me take this. All these are from Wikipedia. So let me take this. Oh, but I'm sorry, this are supposed to be. Oh, there's image I need because all these are PNG. So if we save them, definitely. Let me take this. Okay, I'm saving this one. need to have PNG on that. Okay, this one. I can save it. Yeah, let me take this, not only the logo, let me take this one with the computer here so that I will speak about introduction to PowerPoint like that. So I'll say PowerPoint image. So I love it like this. This one is okay. Okay. This is what you can do with Microsoft, but I'm not going to talk about that. Introduction to PowerPoint. Okay, let me see. Microsoft Word. Okay, so let me see. Okay, let me save this. Okay, I'll talk about maybe things you can do with Microsoft Word. This image is what do you call it? Is web image. Mm, let me see this. Okay, this is PGPeg, so I'm saving this. Uh, what you can do with MS Word. Okay, so it's then question and answer. We have question and answer. So we look for the question and answer. You see, we can take this one, image that maybe you want, but the image should be kind of image that looks, awesome or cute or something like that. You can go ahead and use that. So maybe I can take this or I can take this. So anyone you want, go ahead and take it. Or you can just scroll down and see the one you want. But take note, like I told you, use the one that has to do with all these emojis, is kind of more interactive and people love to see that and laugh. Yeah. So this one is kind of a web page. You cannot save it, but I told you I have my way of saving something similar. So I don't want us to go there and talk about that. Let me see if I can save this. Is this image? This one also is not an image. It's web file. Okay, what about this one? Let's hope. Yeah. Oh, this one is JPEG. Okay, this is our Q&A. Okay, question and answer image. Okay, so the last one that we have is the conclusion. So for the conclusion, that one also can be any image. So you can take the image for conclusion. There are lots of them. So you can take any for the conclusion, or you can take a thank you image because you can have the conclusion immediately after the what do we call it? The question and answer. Then you have your conclusion. So for the conclusion, okay, let me take this image because this one is good. Let's take this for the conclusion. So after this, maybe I'll have a thank you image. This one is it's not. I'm sorry. Sorry. I've been. Okay, let me see if there is. Yeah, I can take this. Let me take this one so that I will show you something related to this. Let me take this. Okay, it's image, so I'll call it conclusion. After conclusion, maybe it's thank you image that you might need. So let me put the thank you. So you just take the thank you. But some of you can go ahead and use the thank you in there, but I'm going to use this one. I love this. So that's what we are going to use. If it is image, then I will save this as thank you. Then we'll have it as, wow, it's not image. Seriously. It's not. It's just a wipe this. But let's see this. But the reason why I'm not taking this, the color we are going to use is not tallying with this red color. So our thank you is not going to tally with that. Okay, so let's see if this one is black. We can use black. It's okay. It can go anywhere. Let's hope its image is not. Okay. Thank you. Let me just use this, but I don't like this one. But yeah, let's just use it as thank you image. And that's all. So let's go and start creating the how do we call it? The slides. So here we go. Okay. Okay, so here it is. So the first thing is introduction to computer. So I'm creating new slide here. And before that, I'm going to make this outline stand out. So let me do something now. Okay, let me make this outline stand out. So now I'll start the customization. Just you keep watching and see so you learn how to do yours. Today's class is going to be very long class because we still have other topic to discuss apart from this. So I'm sorry. Okay, so here it is under the which color am I going to use? So I'm using this color. That's the color I'm using. So I'm bolding this. This one you can go ahead and do the way you want to do it. Yeah, this is supposed to be my outline. I'm supposed to put image here for my outline. So let me go back here and see if I can get topic topics. Or let me just say outlines. Presentation outlines. No, 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 no. Let me just say presentation. No, I just want to see if I can get any image that I can put there. Let me see something. Okay, let me just use this as the outline image. So this, I'm bringing them here. Okay, so let's start with images. So to put the image, import it, go to insert, go to image and click on this device. So where is the outline? So this is the outline. So I'm using this image here. Sorry, I'm not saying anything related to it. So here it is. I'll drag it. So take note, when you are increasing the image, please come to this edge and just increase it like this. That's how you're supposed to do it. Don't stretch image. Don't ever stretch image. For example, if you want to do it, don't come here and do it here. For example, here, you see, don't do this like this. Please don't do that. Don't stretch image. Just do it the way it is so that your image will look more professional. You see what I'm going to just do like this. So you can create it like this and have something like this. So that's for the outlines. Then you have your outlines here. But now after that, that's not all. Because what we want is if this is something that is going to be the outlines. Maybe after we say outlines, we want to start seeing the outlines. Maybe we want them to be coming one after the other. So when we say introduction to computer, components of computer, this and that, we are going to talk about that like that. So we want this to compost, then followed by this and this. So what we are going to do first is um we click on this image. I know Ahmad teach you that. You go to animation, so I'll put this at the first. So after that, then I'll make this, I'll copy each and every line. I'm going to do the same for it. Each and every line of this because I want to start as I'm talking. Please don't go and use all these fancy ones that look somehow. Please just use the normal this thing, normal animation. Don't go and use that animation that make it looks like you are presenting something uh else. Please just make it more professional. That why this animation is okay. As you are speaking, it's just coming up like this and everything. Okay. So this is it. So now for this one, for example, let me show you what we have done. So if I click on this, maybe I just talk about this. This is the IT employability skills, the blah 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 blah. You finish all that, then you say now followed by we're going to talk about the outlines. So for the outlines, this is our outlines. We'll talk about introduction to computer. We'll talk about components of computer, input and output, introduction to Microsoft Word, this and that, and like that. So that's how it's going to be, and that's we are good to continue. So this image didn't looks, you see, you need to make this very good because this image, you look at it, if you look at it, it's not that very clear. It's not that very clear because when we project this image in a larger screen, it's not going to look awesome the way we want it to to be. But it's okay since for the purpose of this, we are trying to do this. We don't need to get perfect one or something like that because the image is not that big image. That's going to be something else. But don't worry, I think we can move. So when you are doing it, make sure you have a very, very clear picture for you to be able to have a very good looking presentation. So don't worry about that. Let's continue. I just want to call your attention to that. And if I want to maybe have very clear of the image, maybe I can reduce the stretch to make it looks like this. So let me see it. Let me see this. I think it's kind of better, but I'm removing this because I want immediately you see outline. I want this to come up. I don't want it to pop up. So when I click on it, I'm removing of none. So immediately after post page. So now if I click on this, so it's going to be like this. So our outlines will come up like this. So I'll click on escape and it will bring about here. So the next thing is to have introduction to computer. So make sure when you started with this outline, you are going to continue with the same outline like this with the same color. So I'm just going to increase this size. Okay, let me increase this size and do it like this. Okay, I'm going to make it at the middle. Of course, it's at the middle. So I'm copying this, I'm bringing it here and paste it here. I'm deleting all this. I'm clicking this one also. I'm deleting it. But if maybe I want to write some text under introduction to computer. So what I'm going to do is I'm leaving this one. So the next thing is for us to put the image for the computer that we downloaded. So let's have the introduction to computer image. Okay, so let me put introduction. Okay, sorry. Where is the image? Here it is, introduction to computer. So I'll click on it. So I imported the image. So here it is. This is the introduction to computer. So now the type of slides that we are going to create, I'm going to create slides that are interactive with each other. Most of the slides you're going to see I'm using, that's what I'm going to teach you because they are the slides that normally people are not using them, but here we can use them and you can see how you can interact with them. So as you go to this, I'm thinking because creating such is going to take most of the, yeah, so I'm just showing you maybe one, two, even not also you can go and practice with the rest. You can do it, but it takes much of your time. But if you are good at that, believe me, you are very good in creating slide and you can create yours. You can learn how to develop yours on your own. So please go ahead and do it the way you want it. So, okay, so this image has something that I don't want because I want to crop this image. You see, it just kind of stretch outside. So I want to crop this image from only where this is. So to do that, I'll just go to picture. All this I'm doing it because I want you to learn something in it. I'm just doing it. If not, I know how to do this. So I'm just coming here and reduce it a little bit. And I'll come here also and reduce it a little bit and I'll press enter. So that's all I cut it. So now I can just, you see, I can stretch it and now it's going to be okay for me. So that way I just say I'm going to do this. So for this outline also, I'm reducing this outline to be like this. You see, when you come at the middle, there is a red line here on the screen. So it's showing you that you are at the middle of the page. So that's one thing about this Microsoft. One thing about this PowerPoint, PowerPoint is very something that will tell you how to arrange things. All the grid lines will be popping up as you are, the age, the measurements are just coming up like that as you can see it. So that why we have the outlines like this. But this one, I'm turning it to 40. So I'm calling it introduction to computer. Okay, I made mistake. So like this is introduction to computer and we have a computer like this and we're going to talk about it. So I'm just increasing this. Okay, so I'm taking it up here. Don't worry, you need to please learn how to arrange all this. I'm just increasing this. You see, I'm at the middle like this. I just want to stop at the middle so that the image will stop there. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So introduction to computer, you come ahead here and write whatever you want to write about computer, maybe under here. So I'm going to say, for example, you write it, computer is an electronic device blah, blah, blah. Just write whatever you want to write, please. I'm just reducing this. Electronic device, put whatever you want to put on this. Okay, so that's for the introduction, and you can write whatever you want. All the text you want to write on that, just write something, but don't write much. Just write things that I told you. Just something. 2 lines is okay. 3 lines, 4 lines is okay. Don't put too much text. So what we are going to do next is for us to add how we want this to come up is just the text that we need to put the animation for. We just want the text to come up. So when we come here, we click on this, we finish up all this. So it's going to appear introduction to computer and it's going to look like this. So that's it. Okay. So the next thing is for us to move next and to have the second slide. What is our second slide here? The second slide is going to talk about what components of computer. So I'm duplicating this and I'll show you why I do that. So click on this and duplicate it. What we are going to do, what I'm going to show you is, like I told you, the slides are going to be interactive from the beginning up till the end. So what we are going to do now is I'm copying this. I'm just highlighting them all. Let me click on this. Sorry. Let me come back here. So what I'm going to do, I'm highlighting this all. You see, I highlight them. You can come here, just highlight all. So I'm clicking on this. Hold your control and click on it. So you can highlight them all from here like this. All of them are highlighted. Or if you want, you can just come ahead, click here, hold control, and come here, hold control. When your cursor turn to this, and you click here. So now I click them like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm moving it here. You see, I'm moving it here. I'll show you what I just did now. You see, in this first image is here, but in at the right hand side. But here I turn it to what? To left hand side. And I'll show you why I did that in a bit. So the first thing I'm going to do after I did that, I'm highlighting everything. Well, first of all, I'm clicking on the image. This image, I just click on it and I'm coming to under picture. I'm coming to color and I'm making it this. I'm just removing the color of it. I'm making it gray. You see the color now is gray. This one also, I'm making it somehow like that. So for this shape, what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm going to make it look like this. And the text inside also, I want it to look like that. So I want the text to look like this. Okay, the text should be somehow not, okay, let's make the text somehow a little bit black. Like this. So that how it's going to look like. And this text also, I will turn it to this color like this. Okay, I'll show you exactly what I've just done. I'll show you that. But after this, when I did this, I bring back this to this. But this I don't want. Even this for the shape. So for the shape, let me make it somehow, you know, yeah, maybe this. And for the text, maybe I'll put the text to be the way this one is. So this is how it looks. It's going to look like. So after that, you go to transition and you click on this morph. You go to transition and you click on morph. You go to animation. Under this animation that you have, please remove it and make it to none. So I have animation here and I don't have any animation on this gray one. So this gray one is just like this, while this one has animation. So let me show you what I have just done. And that's exactly how you're going to keep doing it up till the end. So I'll show you after this, I'll show you another one. After that, I'll show you the tanks and whatever, then you go ahead and do it on your own. So I'm just guiding you. Okay, so we have this. Okay, let's start from the beginning. We have this. We all talk about this. Then we move to this. We talk about the introduction to computer. Then we click here. You see, it just looks like this. So that's what we just created and that's what we just did. You see, I have this. I'm sorry. So I believe you all see what we have done so far. You saw what we have done so far. So that's how you're going to do it. So the next thing I'm going to do is like, I'm going to talk about, okay, the components. So what we are going to do, I'm taking this one, I'm copying it, then I'm pasting it here. So it's going to be the same like this. So here I'm just going to say components of computer. So here I'm going to insert that image that talks about the components. That is the second image that we have. So here it is. So let's import the image. So look at it here. So this is the image that talks about the components. So I'm bringing it here. I told you if you want to increase the size of the image, you come to this. You see, you just come here. You see, it's just showing us this is where the last one end. So you stop there and you just increase it like this. So this is for the components. And so if you want to talk about this component, sorry. Why am I here? So if you want to talk about these components also, you bring that the same text that you have here, you copy it and you come here, you paste it here. Then you write about the component. So components of computer consist of blah, 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 blah. You write whatever you want to write and that's it. So you continue like that. So you talk about the components and everything. And then what you are going to do after that also is to take note. We are putting animation on this. You see that what we have animation here. So what we are going to do now is duplicate this one again. So when you duplicate it, you delete this. This one, you delete it. Just delete, and also delete this one. So you delete this. So when you delete this, sorry, let me get rid of this also. Then you highlight it again. You recall what we did on that first one. You highlight everything. So come back here. Sorry, I'm highlighting all. I'm clicking this. I'm selecting it. So I'm duplicating it again. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm doing this. Or maybe if you like, you move it the way we moved that one. So I can just move it here. You see, I just move it the way we moved that one. So don't forget how we create this one. Or you can just click here, come back home, just select the paint, come here, and you click on this. You see, we have the same here. So you come back for this one. I already know the color I put. So I come here, I just click here. And for this one, I go to image, under color, then I put my gray color, and it turns into this. So this is how you did it. And when we come back here, and since I just double click it, so my transition is still there and my animation is still there. So I need to remove this animation. So I click here and click on none. So what I'm going to do now is come back here. Let me show you what we have done so far. So you click here, you see, after that we finish this and this pop up. After that we finish this and another one pop up. So this is how the slides is going to looks like up till the end. You keep creating it like that. Oh. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? I saw someone saying that cannot hear anything. Please, are we all together? Can you hear me? So it's from your end. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I just saw someone saying that cannot hear. Okay, so that's it. That's exactly how you're going to keep doing it, how you're going to do this. So after you do you create this first one, then you see this. So this one also now you're going to create the another one like that. So which one that we have here? So let's see what do we have. Now we have okay, sorry. I just want to look at your charts. So after that, we have the input and output. So what I'm going to do, let me just create that one. So this will be the last one. So after that, then I will create the question and answer. So I'll just say input devices. Let me just say input devices. So I'll just put all the input devices. So let's go to insert. Let's put all the input devices that we set. So here they are, the keyboard, the mouse, the scanner. So I'm highlighting them all and I'm pressing enter. So I'm bringing all the images. So I will click somewhere to deselect them. Then I will start selecting them one after the other. So I will just reduce the size, click. So mouse is just as a very small one. So for the scanner, I will reduce the size also. You see? So these are the input devices and I will talk about each and every one of them if I want. And If you like, you see, you don't need to have any text now on them. Maybe all you need is to just talk about them, but let me show you something. So this is it. Okay, so this is it. So I'll show you something now. So maybe I'll go to insert. You all know where to put that text box. So I'll click on text box. So here I will say keyboard. So here is the keyboard. So I'll bold it. If I want, I'll put color for it, but I'm not putting anything for it. So I'll say keyboard. Don't worry, I'll show you what I'm going to do. I would control D8. I'll call this scanner. Again, I'll, sorry, I'll do this. I'll call it mouse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create animation for all this. I'm going to create animation for these input devices. So as I'm speaking or I'm talking about them, one after the other, they will be coming up. They will be, I'll be talking about them if I want. So first of all, maybe I can bring all the names first. Later on, I bring the keyboard. So I'll come to animation and I'll make this one to be first. I'll make this one to be second. Or if I want, I'll just make this one to be second. So when I'm talking about keyboard, I'll finish with the keyboard. Then I'll talk here and say scanner. Then I'll bring up scanner to be four. Then I'll talk about mouse, then maybe mouse, I'll put something like this. Let me just put the flip in for it, and this is how it's going to look like. So I just did this to show you how you create all these interactive things, because like I told you, as you are speaking, you are bringing them one after the other. They are coming up so that you are explaining what you are doing to people. You are the one to arrange everything. You are the one to put all the interactiveness the way you want it to be. So let's see what we have done so far. So after this, you just create this. We go ahead and create this. Then we go ahead and have our input devices. So we talk about keyboard, we finish. We talk about scanner, we finish. And then we talk about mouse like this. When we are done, then we move to the next slide. So after this, I'm just going to create a new slide. And this new slide, I'm just deleting all this. Don't worry, I'm selecting this and say this. I'm selecting this. Then we are putting, what we are inserting is just our question and answer. So I'm just putting the question and answer so that we call it AD, please. So let's just put the question and answer here. And this is the question and answer image. So if anyone has question, please can go ahead and ask question, and you tell them to ask you the question. So make sure the image is at the middle. Sorry. Okay, it's out of it. So I'm just reducing it a little bit, taking it up. Yeah, yeah, like this. So if anyone has question, just go ahead. They ask their question, you respond to the question. So this is how you put the question and answer. So after that, maybe let's have the conclusion. So for the conclusion, you go ahead and put that conclusion image, or you just have your conclusion, normal conclusion, the way you want it, and talk about that. So it's not necessary for you to have the image, but you can go ahead and have something like this. The reason why I just take this image is to show you sometimes you can pick some images and write whatever you want to write on the images. That's the only reason why I take this. But the reason why I'm not going to use this image, there are two reasons. One, this image, we can stretch this image to be full screen. If the image is maybe full screen, for example, we can increase it like this. Let me show you. See this? I just increase the image to be full image like this. So on top of here, I can write conclusion. So is I'm the one that create this conclusion myself, but I just bring something that I can write something on it. So now I can just say conclusion. So in conclusion, you can just talk about conclusion. You don't need to write anything on it. All you call it is just conclusion. Then you start talking about the conclusion. So you increase the text, you make it very bold. I'm just stretching it. Sorry. I'm just stretching it. You see like this. You see, I'm the one that just do this. So like this, centralizing it. Okay. So like this. Okay, so this is it maybe for your conclusion. So I'm not going to add any animation on this. It's just a conclusion that I created. Then after that, I'm coming to this. I'm coming to this and I'm adding the thank you image. And this is my thank you image for listening. So that's it. So I told you also I don't need this image, I don't like this, but says it is like this, we are going to use this, and you say thank you for listening. So there are two things that I'll talk about this. You see, issue of background. Most of the images that you are going to use, make sure you use images with white background. But these images with this type of background, like this conclusion, is because I want to write something on it, like I told you. And also this one is okay, you can use it, but please don't go and pick image. All the images we use, you see, they have white background, all of them. So download images with white background, or maybe the back they have like shadow like this. That one is kind of okay sometimes, but don't go and use images with background. If they have the background, the images, you want to remove the background, please remove the background. But if it's the images of maybe you in the field, or maybe images of your training showing the background of the training, people sitting or writing exams, or people concentrating, or people doing this, that one you don't need to remove image. But when you are using all these info images, please make sure you use the one with white background, and it's going to look nice like this. So let's just go ahead and have a recap on it, and we're going to see what we have just developed, and we call it a day, and we continue. So here it is. You see, we have all these. After that, you talk about this. After that, you talk about this. After that, you come here and talk about your input. You see, you talk about them. After that, you have this. Then you have a conclusion. And then thank you. You are done with the presentation. So this is it. This is exactly how you create something nice like this. You see, out of all this, you don't have to put much, what do we say? You don't have to put much text. This is also enough. Like this, if I'm going to create this, maybe I'll just add components of computer consist of, you just talk what you want to talk about. Then you come and talk about the input, you come and talk about whatever you want to talk about. It's just something that you will make people love what you are presenting, and you will make people like the presentation. Otherwise, sometimes if I have a presentation, maybe somewhere, you can have one page. I can create one single presentation in one page. So all of what I'm doing, I'm just talking, pressing it, coming up like that. You finish everything in one page, and you just say, that's all you are done. So that's how you learn how to do it. And with practice, believe me, you will learn all this. But if you didn't practice, you'll forget all this. So start practicing, start creating it, and make sure whatever you are going to present, you master it, you understand it, you read it, you learn it. So as when you are presenting, you are telling them from your experience, you are telling them from your knowledge, from what you have learned, not to come and start reading things, and just put the keywords. There are many ways to do all this info presentation. There are many ways to do that, but I just show you this one of the ways. So you go ahead, you learn it, and you work with it. So please, let's just talk about this data collection, because I don't want us to have any carryover, or for us to have a makeup class. So let's go back to our slides. Okay, so I think let's wrap up the PowerPoint. So you see, this is what you can do with PowerPoint. These are the things you can learn with PowerPoint, and I believed you learned it so far. So all this that we have done are part of your Monday's test, because you are about 130 something people. We want to reduce you number of you. So you are going to have your test, and your test also is going to be written one and objectives. I told you we already marked your test, and after this test, if you didn't get up to 80, for example, 8/10, we are removing a lot of people. We are continuing with the ones that make it to that level. So if you like, you go and practice all this, you understand this, because your question is going to be straightforward, and is going to be all about what you have learned in this class. Okay, so PowerPoint can do a lot, so you can work with it. You can do a lot with PowerPoint also. So I wish you all the best uh in this. So that's about PowerPoint, and there are lots to PowerPoint. So that's about PowerPoint. I think I don't want to talk much about this wrap up. So thank you. Okay, so let's talk about this data collection. So you see, I have the same presentation that I teach you. So when you are seeing someone doing all this now, you say that, yeah, I know how to do this. So it's just like it's not something surprise now to you, or something to make you feel wow. No, it's not like that. Now every one of you, I believe you know how to develop something like this. So that's why I just have this. So data collection, you see, is just a process. It's just a process, and that the process you are going to learn now. And this process consists of a lot of things. It consists of a lot of things, because it consists of collecting and evaluating information. So you collect you evaluate. Collecting and evaluating, that's the processing. So this process of data collection, I want you to learn the process right from developing the tools, how to develop the questionnaire, what tools you're supposed to use, how to conduct the data collection is something that I want you to learn. It's something that I want you to have experience. Even how to collect the data at the field is something that you need to have in you because it's something that you might not escape it. Most of the people working and everyone who is working supposed to have this skill on how to gather a data. That's why you see in university, everyone is doing project at the end of the his level 500 level or 400 level or 600 level. Or if you are doing your MSc or you are doing PhD, all this, yeah, in that project, you are doing data collection, except those that are not doing it. There are some people that are not using questionnaire and that. So you need to collect data. You need to learn how to collect data. It's a skill that you need to have. It's something that everybody is supposed to have it. That's why you were asked to develop questionnaire in university. You cannot do that. You take it to Minimart for somebody to do it for you. You were asked to collect the data. You don't know how to go to the field. You don't know how to interview people. You don't know how to approach people. You don't know what type of survey you are going to conduct. You see, all these are the skills that is something that you're supposed to have, you're supposed to learn, you're supposed to know how to do it. So uh that's it. That's what we are going to discuss. So understand this data collection is the process of collecting and evaluating information or data from multiple sources to find answers to research problems, to find answers to questions, or to evaluate outcomes, or to forecast trends and also probabilities. All this, there are lots to this. If I want to talk about this, it can take a lot of our time, but I want you to understand this. Everything you are seeing in this world, everything you are seeing in technology, everything, I said everything, don't say including what? Everything you are seeing in technology, the end point is to collect data. Everything you are seeing in technology is to collect data. And after the collection of data, what is the data used for? The data is going to use for the following. One, either to answer a research problems, to find answers to research problems, or to find answers to some questions, or to evaluate a particular outcome of something, or to forecast a particular trend or probabilities. These are the things that every data, everything you are saying about this technology has to do with data. So it has to, these are the things that people are using the data for. Maybe there is a problem, they want to solve the problem, they collect data in order for them to solve that problem. For example, now problem of computer literacy. Why do we have high number of computer literacy? Is a problem. Or why do we have, uh, you know, unemployment? Is a problem. We are conducting a research to find out the high unemployment rate that we have. So that data collection that you are doing, you want to find answer to what a particular research problem. So that's number one. Sometimes it's for you to find answers to a particular questions. Maybe there is something cost something. You don't know why did something happen. For example, I had a research whereby the insecticide that we are using now is not killing mosquitoes. So that way you gather data, you need to conduct a research to find answer to that particular problem. Why are they not dying now? Why? So data is collected to find the answer to that question, or maybe to evaluate an outcome. When we say we're evaluating outcome, is that you did something. Maybe you did something. You want to evaluate the outcome of that particular thing. That's what the government is supposed to do. You build a school or you build a road. You need to find the outcome of that, evaluate the outcome of that road that you built for people. So you evaluate them. So that's the evaluation of your outcome. You are the one that did something, but after you have done it, you want to evaluate. For example, now as a wife house, you cook a food, maybe you are the husband, the children, they finish eating. So now you want to evaluate what is the favorite meal or is the food okay for them, something like that. That's the evaluation of outcome. To do that, you need to collect data. The information you are collecting from them, that's the data collection, is the process. That's the process, and that's what data collection is all about. And when I say data, please, all this data that I'm saying, I'm talking about information. Please, information is data. Data is information. Its information is data. So it's the same thing. So that's the evaluating of outcome. Or sometimes you need it to forecast a trend. To forecast a trend. Okay, this forecasting of trend has to do with, it has to do with you trying to predict what might happen. Okay, looking at how people are used to social media, how people are used to this, it shows that there are lots of people that will skip schools, a lot of people that will not concentrate to their readings, a lot of people, you see, it's just you trying to forecast a particular trend. I'm not saying this, and I'm just telling you this. So you collect a data for you to forecast a particular trend. There are lots of users on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on TikToks. So you are collecting data to forecast something, to predict what might happen based on the trends. So the trends, or maybe to forecast a probability of something, there is a probability that in the next 10 years, 4 years, or something like that, something might happen based on a particular trend. And you collect data in order to do that. Please, are we all together? I know I'm talking somehow. Some of you might think, okay, what are we discussing today? We finished PowerPoint now. We finished Microsoft Word. We are going into somewhere else. So please understand. Are we all together? Let me hear it from you before we continue. Are we all together in this? Or I'm the one speaking to myself? Okay, please, do you understand where we are heading to? Do you understand all this? Because we are discussing about this data collection. Now you are going to start learning how to do data collection, how to collect data. Even as a housewife, you develop a form, or bikini, for example, is just a festival or ceremony or something like that. You want to collect information about, to evaluate the outcome of the wedding or the commemoration or whatever. You just collect the data, you go ahead and do whatever you want to do with the data. Okay, so thank you so much. Let's continue. So that data collection. So what you are going to learn is not to evaluate, is not to sort. No, now we are going to teach you how to gather the data, how to collect the data. That's what we are going to teach you how. And the tools to develop to collect the data, we're going to teach you how to use or what tools you are going to use. That's what you are going to learn. Okay. Someone is trying to go take us back to PowerPoint. Please, I'm talking about data collection now. Forget about PowerPoint. I'm done with PowerPoint. So we were in something else. Don't take us back. Okay, there is what we call data collection methodologies. These are things that, of course, I want you to memorize them. I want you to know them. These data collection methodologies, you see, I told you need to collect data. So that collection of data, there are methods you need to follow to collect data. And it always has to do with the type of research, the type of problem at hand, and the type of data you want to collect. So it what will tell you the method you need to follow to collect the data. So we have a lot of methods that we use to collect data, a lot of methods. And that's what we call data collection methodologies. Please understand this. Whenever you hear data collection methodologies, you know what to do. So number one that we have survey. Survey is one of the method we use to collect data. You know what survey is all about. You conduct a survey, you do all your sampling and whatever. You all know also sampling method that you did in university. So you go ahead and you do your sampling, or you did whether random sampling, whether cluster, whether whatever you want to do. Go ahead and do your sampling and take whatever you do. You conduct a survey within a particular community or location. So survey is part of it. We also have questionnaire. Questionnaire is part of it. We just developed a questionnaire. We give it to everyone. Just go ahead and give us your opinion. We just record it like that. It's not like a survey. We have focus group discussion where you have, you know, uh, three, four, or five, more than 10 people gathered together, discussed with them about things. You record their opinion on it. That's the FGD. We have for the interview, you conduct interview one-on-one with person or one-on-one with someone, just like what this you see what all this what do we call it? What do we call these people? These oh boy, I forgot their name. It is these newspaper people, please. Journalists and whatever, the interview they used to do with people. So we also have research. So for the research, we go ahead and look at the opinion of others. We go ahead and read a lot of views, a lot of expert, maybe reviews or whatever about something. You conduct a research. So research is another method of data collection. So there are many of them. There are many of these data collection methodology. We have observations. So observation also is part of the data collection methodology. We have keep KII. We also have that. So there are lots of them. There are lots of them. There are lots of them. So this is what data collection methodologies is all about. Whenever you hear data collection methodologies, have it in your mind. It's talking about this and it's talking about method you need to follow to collect a particular data. So let's talk about these data collection tools. There are lots of data collection. Okay, we're talking about okay categories of data collection tools. So these data collection tools that we'll discuss about, there are different categories of them. So we have the ones that are offline, the one that you can use without network, without data on your phone. Once you have the application on your mobile phone, you can go ahead and collect the data. Just like that. You don't need network, you don't need anything. All you need is to develop the tool, the form that you want to collect the data and start collecting the data. And we also have online forms that you must have a network for you to use them and to collect data, especially Google form that we use. You know what Google form is all about. And we also have hybrid ones, the one that you can use with online and also offline. So all these are just categories of the tools. So these are the tools that we have for the data collection. So Excel is part of it. ComCare is part of it. ODK, Open Data Kit, Okobo Collect is part of it. And also Google Forms is part of it, and also Microsoft Form is part of it. So all these are the data collection tools that you can use to collect data. You use them to develop the form. You use them to collect your data. Some of them are hybrid, like ComCare, Open Data Kit. They are hybrid. You can use them offline. You can use them online. While Excel, you can only use it online, or you can only use it offline. While Google Form and Microsoft Word, you must use it online. You cannot use it offline. You must use it online. So you see, these are the things that these are the tools that we are going to look at, and some of them, not all. We are going to teach you not all, but I want you to learn in as much as you can to learn them all because they are not that difficult. The tools that we want you to learn. And of course, tomorrow we are going to start, we are going to work with Google Form. I'm going to teach you how to create Google Form to develop it. But please, tonight we are sending you a video on how to work with Open Data Kit. This Open Data Kit, go ahead and watch the video and learn it. It's part of your assignment, it's part of your test. We'll send you the videos of this Open Data Kit. Two videos, is it two videos? Watch the videos, please. Watch the videos. Take your time and do it one after the other. You can do it by tomorrow around maybe 9 or before. Before 9, you are good in ODK. So when we come, we'll just deal with Google Forms. So for the Excel, don't worry, when we start the Excel, we'll talk about it. You will learn it then. This Google Microsoft Form, I'm not going to teach it because it's the same with Google Form. It's not that different. So I'm not going to even touch it. But ComCare also, I'm not going to touch it also. But Google Form, Excel, Open Data Kit are things that we'll cover during this. So thank you. If you have question, please drop your question. If you don't, maybe I will call it a day. If you have a question, you ask your question. I'm not saying any question. Maybe I'll put the video together and send it to you so that you watch. And then also, someone say hybrid need network. Yeah, I said hybrid, you can use them offline or online. So it's not compulsory that you must have network for you to use them. That's why they are hybrid. So you can use them online or offline. So they are hybrid, offline and online together. That's why they were called hybrid. I don't know what you say. What's the difference between web? I don't even know what you said. Please, can you rephrase the question? I don't understand the question. So I can't see any question. So in the absence of that, I can say thank you for listening. I told you it's not an image. I told you it's not an image. Don't save it. It's not an image. I told you whenever you see that web file, AVI and whatever, they are not images. Even if you save them, you cannot use them. That's why I said don't save them. Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful dream and good night. See you tomorrow. Thank you.